I'm optimistic about the mail-in ballot count for a number of reasons, which I won't go into right now. But I have reasons to be optimistic about it. A lot of votes came in, let's say, just to say this, a lot of votes came in before the slew of negative advertising really bombarded the airwaves. And I think that, the negative stuff was effective at the end. A lot of people, and the polls were different a few weeks ago. Before the negative stuff really became overwhelming, there's a lot of votes that probably got cast. We'll see what happens.
County Executive Elrich, during a media briefing today, said that he has a good feeling about the mail-in ballots that are going to be counted. And do you think that that might be true, what he's thinking?
Well, it's always hard to gameplay these things with early voting the way it is. It's hard for candidates to get their message out in the appropriate way to reach the right amount of people at the right time. So in this case, everyone is sort of throwing their mail against the wall, so to speak. And I was getting mail up until Election Day, even though I had voted 3 weeks earlier. So it is very hard to tell. People blame folks who are paying for some of the advertising, but the real question is, what's the message? And what information is being made available to the voters? Let's agree, voters know very little about the candidates that they're voting for. By and large, the vast majority of folks are not all that familiar with the details. So the whole question is information out there. Is it wrong? If it's wrong, that's really bad. And if it's not wrong, that's a challenge for the person that the mail is being directed against. So we'll have to see. I don't think it's a little too early to draw a lot of conclusions about this. The point of mail and all these TV ads and everything is to draw attention to information. And that's not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing for the voters. The question is, what do they do with it? And does that information come in at a time that influences it? Be interesting to see what the numbers are and whether all that information out there engendered more interest and more people go into the polls. The pollsters will draw whatever conclusions they want to draw from this. I think the numbers speak for themselves, and we don't have them yet.